Hello everybody, it's me Keeks back with a brand new video, and today I'm here with some Goosebumps news for the new TV show, which there's only 4 days left to the first 5 episodes premiere on Disney Plus and Hulu. And also they'll be showing, if you don't have Disney Plus or Hulu, they'll be showing the first 2 episodes on Freeform the same night, this Friday, October 13th. I don't know if they're gonna air any of the other episodes. I think it's just they're just doing these 2 episodes as like a special Halloween thing. But anyways, the news we have um a new picture of Slappy, which we're gonna look at. That's the first thing we'll look at. We have our first Goosebumps review and our first official clip, which I don't think I'll be able to show, but I'll post a link to it in the descriptions if y'all haven't seen it yet. But with that being said and done, let's get into this. Alright, so this first piece of news, not really news, but we have our first official picture of Slappy here. Let's see if I can get a better look right here. Yeah, here we go. First official picture of Slappy. Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. As you can see, he looks pretty old, pretty worn down. You can tell this dummy's been around for quite a few decades. Even his tongue, you can even see how his tongue is all cracked and stuff and everything. Now, what I really want to talk about is the hair. The hair has really been growing on me, and apparently, from what I read in this Reddit thread, where I found this picture. This picture's from the Instagram page, the Goosebumps Instagram page, but I found this on Reddit, and one of the things I see like, a lot of people saying looks like a politician, looks like he's gonna caress me, sniff me, or both. You see, not crazy about the hair. I actually kind of like the hair because it's reminiscent of early Ventress Dummy. Also, the showrunner said they use real human hair, which makes it creepier, honestly. Now, I went looking around. I keep clicking the wrong thing. I went looking around for this interview. Um, if I can find it, I might be typing in the wrong thing. If I find the interview, I'll do a video on it. Um, but the fact that they use real human hair is just like I know it's not uncommon, but it kind of makes Slappy just a little bit creepier knowing that's actual human hair. It's creepy and cool at the same time to me. So I really like this design. Is really growing on me. Personally, my favorite is the movie design, but this one, obviously they're going for like a real creep factor with Slappy here. But yes, let me know what you guys think about Slappy's new look here. Do you like the hair? What do you think? Uh, and even the eyes kind of look realistic too. So it's kind of crazy. Can't wait to see it. I still want to know who voices him. We're probably not going to find that out till we get the 9/11 Dummy episode, but that's coming in. That's the show premieres in 4 days, and then we only have to wait a week for that one. So it'll be coming soon. So, anyways, let's take a look at this Goosebumps review. Alright, everybody, so right here we have a review from Bloody Disgusting, a great site if you need any horror movie news or anything. They even do like a couple of non horror stuff. But, anyways, they have a review on the first 5 episodes of Goosebumps. There's nothing too spoilery. The stuff they mentioned we kind of already know. So there won't be any major spoilers here. But if you don't want any spoilers, you just skip this part of the video or just, you know, do what you want. Do what you want. But just a minor spoiler warning I'm going to give right here. Anyways, I'm going to read this review and kind of talk about it a little bit, and then we'll get into the last bit of news. So yeah, so Goosebumps review. Darker new Disney Plus series adapts R.L. Stein tales for a new generation. Okay. Over the course of the last 30 years, R.L. Stein's Goosebumps has wreaked spine-chilling havoc on its adolescent audience, spreading its spookiness over 200 books, 74 episodes of television, and 2 feature films. The green, goopy letters of the franchise's recognizable moniker have dribbled an indelible mark on the gateway to horror fandom, infusing generation after generation of burgeoning fright seekers with a nostalgic love for haunted masks, cursed cameras, and one particularly spiteful ventriloquist dummy. And now Goosebumps is back once more, repurposing and reimagining R.L. Stein's indelible monstrosities for a new generation. Unlike any version of the series that's come before, this new I, this new iteration of Goosebumps strips away its spookily silly candy color reputation to find the fun and the fear beneath its pockmarked surface. Veering away from the direct adaptation anthology driven show of the late 90s, Goosebumps chooses the path of combining and reworking Stein's seminal books into a new narrative. Not all that dissimilar from the 2015 film, however, unlike the theatrical Goosebumps, the show drops the meta-text slapstick comedy and avert absurdism in lieu of mystery, drama, and suspense. While levity and witticism is alive and well in the show, the moments of relief are interspersed amongst the dark going ons with care and characterization, never undermining the show's intent to playfully grip and unnerve. Set in the small harborside town of Port Lawrence, the series follows five high schoolers as they attempt to wade through the murky lies that their parents and the town have propagated. At the core of the mystery is the horrific, fiery death of a boy named Harold Biddle, played by Ben Cockle. While his demise occurred 3 decades removed from the core cast's high school years, Biddle's penchant for worms, frightening masks, and photography become alarmingly relevant to the teenagers as the foggy mist hovering over the truth of their family's shared past slowly begins to clear. Okay, what? I'm frozen. I'm frozen. What? Why am I frozen? Okay, okay, there we go. Here we go. I'm frozen again. Okay, there we go. There we go. The first portion of the show revolves around Halloween night, showcasing the various overlapping experiences of terror that the core characters have in and around a costume party held at the old Biddle house. It's there that the group of five teenagers are bound together by the strange objects which pepper Harold Biddle's former home: a camera, a mask, an old worm aquarium, a cuckoo clock, and a forgotten journal. The mystery stems from their experiences, revealing a sinister underbelly to their parents' inscrutable past. Tonally, the show is more in line with scary stories to tell in the dark than any of the series' own self-titled offerings, focusing on interpersonal drama across multiple generations, while telling a long-form story of supernatural revenge. Developed by Nicholas Stoller and Rob Letterman, there was clearly an effort to age up the property for a crowd that may have been familiar with the 2015 film as a younger audience. Letterman brings the banter, coming of age, sensibilities, and fun of the Goosebumps film he helmed while ensuring the stakes are raised both emotionally and practically speaking. While the abominable snowman was an opposing sight in the original film, there was never any doubt the characters in its path would be spared. The same cannot always be said given the nature of the threats in this new version. Each episode is infused with the essence of a classic Goosebumps book or ideology while tying into the greater story at play. While the strategy does not always make for holistic narrative coherence, it's an amusing mechanism that ensures the show flows with the lifeblood of R.L. Stein's creations. Not to mention, other than Night of the Living Dummy, these are titles that went largely unexplored in the big screen adaptations, fleeting references aside. In the pilot, Say Cheese and Die, an unearthed camera predicts certain doom for the star football player and his friends. In the follow-up episode, The Haunted Mask, a mask discovered in the same basement as the aforementioned camera affixes itself to a girl's face and begins to corrupt her nature. Later, there's an episode titled Reader Beware, not pulling from a specific book, but manifesting the series' famous tagline as a threat in and of itself. These elements run parallel to the core plot and immediately tie in more cohesively as the show progresses, serving as proxies for the original stories as opposed to undeviating representations. Okay. Some some might complain that these fresh in- interpretations of classic Goosebumps lore are too far removed from their origins. The Haunted Mask, for example, is plain white and nondescript, reminiscent of a blank face acting muse, a near unrecognizable relative of its snarling green faced progenitor. I don't know if I'm saying that right, sorry. The mask is hollow until someone puts it on, while it changes and evolves, eventually resembling more of what lifelong Stein aficionados know and love. The alteration is indicative of how the series handles its core property at large. Nostalgia and familiarity may well drive interest and viewerships, but the story being told is a new one. The real strength of the show is its cast playing the intertwining. Go away! I'm trying to read. What the? How do I make this go away? I don't. God. Okay. Let me see if I can just read. I'm just reading the bottom right here. There. Okay. There. Finally, it goes away. Thank you. The real strength of the show The real source of the show is its cast playing the intertwining parts with strategic charisma and enigmatic intention that serves the unfolding puzzle of death and deceit quite well. Zach Morris is Isaiah, the popular football star and appropriately self-confident best friend of his lifelong neighbor Margot, played with sarcastic charm, unyielding empathy, and vital intelligence by Isa Briones. Filling out the teenage group is Miles McKenna as the hilarious James, grappling with being openly queer and a small closed-minded. You did not just do that. No. Bloody disgusting. You can't get on my nerves here. Okay. Miles McKenna as the hilarious James, grappling with being openly queer in a small closed-minded town. Anna E. Puig, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. As the toughened and socially isolated Isabella, and Will Price as the endearingly thoughtless, stun-obsessed Lucas. Justin Long stands out as Nathan Brad, the new English teacher and inheritor of the old Biddle House. His bumbling, socially awkward high school educator quickly becomes something much more, and Long brings both mirth and bravado to the key role in equal measure. Rachel Harris plays Nora, Lucas's mother, with unease and unearthly knowing, while Rob Hubel brings a hapless, sympathetic eye to Colin, Margot's father, harboring a secret of his own. The vast cast of players are all in sync, offering an ensemble of interesting and contrasting people to navigate Goosebumps' labyrinthian trials. In some ways, a spiritual successor to late Janiak's own Stein adaptation of the Fear Street trilogy. If you have not seen the Fear Street movies on Netflix, definitely go check them out. They are very worth the watch. With its still inherited generational trauma, Goosebumps changes out its neon green for the drab hues of blue and gray, settling in the rusty, decaying boats, processing plants, and rocky shores of a place haunted and corrupted by murder. While it doesn't throw Stein's catalog of monsters at the screen in the frenzied fashion of the films, it succeeds in harnessing the souls of its chosen novels, transposing them to the grand arc it's attempting to unfold. A cuckoo clock, worms, and perhaps even a dummy make their home in Goosebumps as they have for more than 30 years. The green, goopy letters still drip even if the slime has turned to black, ever encroaching ink, blotting its parchment like rot slowly creeping as it has for generations before. It will make its mark on a new group of wary viewers, staining their imaginations with living dummies, masses of regolith invertebrates, and masks that wear their wearers. It's Goosebumps after all, and I don't think there's a reader or viewer of its many incarnations that won't be in for a scare. You see, they gave it 3.5 skulls out of 5, so pretty good review. Pretty good review. Alright, guys, so that was a pretty cool review. I enjoyed it. I think the show is gonna be really good, and I really like that they're kind of aiming the show towards more of an older audience while still keeping the kind of element of the series itself. Obviously, that we're gonna be focused more on the scares and stuff. Um, it's not preteens that are dealing with this stuff. It's teenagers, and so the scare is gonna be a little more mature, I guess you could say. And I really like that Rob Letterman came back to help make this show. He even directs the first episode. Him and Nicholas Stoller, they wrote the first episode as well, and apparently they wrote the last episode. Welcome to Horrorland. So that's gonna be interesting. As far as we know, Rob Letterman is directing the first episode. We don't know who's directing the rest of the episodes, but I wouldn't be surprised if he also directed the last episode. Um, and obviously he knows that he can't just do the same thing that he did with the movie. The movie is great. I enjoyed the movie very much. I recently rewatched both. I enjoyed both of them. Um, the second one, not as great as the first one, but it still has its moments. But obviously, they can't do that. And as they say in the review, they don't do anything meta with this show. This isn't monsters popping out of the book. Um, and with that whole concept, the movie had its flaws too, right? Obviously, they couldn't focus on all the monsters. Like the haunted mask is in the movie. If you pay attention, you see a girl wearing the haunted mask, and it pretty much looks like how it looks from the show. But if you're just watching a movie and you don't know that that's you don't know anything about the haunted mask, you probably wouldn't even look for it. So that's kind of the I can say the one problem with the movie is that it can't really give a whole lot of focus. The main focus it gives to both movies, the main focus they give to is Slappy, and I do think Slappy is going to play a pivotal role in this show. But obviously, since he probably won't be coming in to episode 6. Obviously, he's not a major player in these first 5 episodes. Another thing I want to mention is the haunted mask. We've seen the haunted mask look different, and it was, as I said before, another video. Nightmare for You Entertainment had that theory about the mask. When the person's wearing it, it starts changing, it starts deforming. Obviously, we kind of got that confirmed in this review, and I really like that concept. I really like that idea, and I think it's gonna be really cool to see, and I can't wait to see it. Um, but yeah, so moving on to the last piece of Goosebumps news. An official clip has been released by Disney Plus and Hulu, which I will be posting a link to the clip in the description of this video. I would react to it, but it does have music in it, so I don't want to get like copyright striked or anything. So I'm just going ahead and post that in the description. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment. Drop a like. Let me know what you think. How excited are you for the new Goosebumps show? Are you like really excited? Are you kind of like just kind of waiting? Like I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see, that kind of thing. I'm super excited. I text my best friend every morning. Like tomorrow, I'm gonna text her 3 days until Goosebumps, and she's gonna say woohoo. And we're planning on watching it together on the Disney Plus group watch. So I'm excited about that. I'll be doing reviews on the episodes, like I said before. But anyway, stay tuned for that. More Goosebumps videos coming soon. More Chucky videos coming soon. We are continuing with Chucky Bumps. I have my 400 subscriber special video that is still pending. It's taking a really long time, but yeah, that'll be out too as well soon. But anyway, guys, hope you all have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video.